So I have finished applying the treatment to Saida's scalp, and now I'm going to give her a nice massage. And so this is done so that I can make sure that I have good and even distribution of the product throughout her scalp, that no place is missed and every place has the product. So this is also really good because when you've come to the salon from a hard day's work, or maybe you've been home dealing with your kids or your family or your husband or your neighbor or your dog or your pet, whatever it is, this is nice and relaxing. You can come into the salon and while you're getting your microdermabrasion treatment, have a nice massage. We also serve tea and coffee here and an occasional glass of wine, so you can have that and come and relax. So the massage feels, really good as part of the service. Also, one of the things that we recognize with these treatments is that once you have lifted all of the debris off of the scalp, all the flaking and all the scales, it really gives the opportunity for the scalp to produce healthier hair. So whenever the scalp is covered, it actually smothers, in a lot of cases, the hair follicle. And so if the hair follicle is smothered, then the opening for which the hair would grow out of it then becomes smaller. And then in turn, that produces hair that's much thinner. And so, sometimes women, especially as they get older, they will say to me, I really feel like my hair is thinning. They'll say stuff like, when I was, 20 years ago, my hair was a lot thicker. As I'm getting older, I feel like my hair is, becoming thinner. It's not as full as it used to be. And sometimes it does have something to do with just getting older. But at the same time, there are cases where your scalp is being smothered by product, by flakes, by dandruff, things that cause the opening of or cause the follicle to really close up some, and then producing hair that's much thinner than normal. So if you can imagine this being the follicle, and then it's covered up with dirt and debris or dandruff, the opening that used to be like this is now like this. So as the hair grows through the little opening here, the opening is smaller. So a hair strand that used to be this wide will now only have room enough to come in a smaller opening. And so that produces thinner hair. So this treatment is also really good for women who feel like, over time the hair has gotten a lot thinner than what you remember. Okay, so now that Saida has gotten her massage, she will sit with the processing cap on for 30 minutes. And what I intend to do is, after we have shampooed and conditioned Saida and given her the full treatment, I'm going to show you an after photo of her scalp, before and after. Okay, so I wanted to show you an example of what I was talking about earlier. And if you can see right here, Saida has 2 hair strands that are growing out of 1 follicle. And actually this is a good thing, but I want to point out to you what's not good about it. You can have up to 2, 3, even 4 or more hair strands coming out of 1 follicle. Here Saida has 2, but I want you to notice the diameter of this one and the diameter of this one. Now you see, on a healthy scalp, all of the hair strands, the diameter should be the same, and when they're not, it means that the opening of the follicle is being covered by flakes, dandruff, sometimes it could be product that is smothering the follicle, and then here what it will produce is a thinner hair strand. This is what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned to you that sometimes women will say, you know, I feel like my hair is getting thinner. It's not as thick as it used to be. This is a prime example of what I was talking about earlier. So you see here, you can clearly see how this hair strand is not the same diameter as this one. And so if this is something that you have experienced, then a microdermabrasion for the scalp is definitely ideal for you. So here is Saida's scalp post-treatment. And I want you to take a good look that there are no scalp, there's no flakes present, anything on her scalp. Look how clean her scalp is. And I'm going to also show you what it looks like with the microscope. But I just wanted you to get a visual to see how well this treatment will remove the dry flakes, the dandruff, psoriasis, and so forth. And it even does a very good job of taking the flakes out of the hair. So gone are the days that you have to scale and scratch up the scalp. Again, it's not healthy. This treatment that we do in the salon does a very good job of cleaning and nourishing the scalp. Okay, so if you look at the screen, what you can see now is an image of Saida's scalp. And I want to get a very good one. Okay, so here you go. Here you can see how clean Saida's scalp is and how we have removed all of the flaking, all of the dandruff, all of the scales off of the scalp. And you can even see in some instances, if you look, you can see that around the opening of the follicle, you can see clear into the scalp, which is what we want to see. So you want to be able to see right down into the scalp and see the follicle. See, there's another good one. This is what happens when you use microdermabrasion on the scalp. Her scalp looks clean, it looks healthy. We've gotten rid of that haze that was on the scalp. We want to be able to see clear into her follicle opening. And you can see there that the opening is clear. Now, Saida will need additional treatments in order to make sure that we continue to keep the scalp healthy. Okay, and I'm going to also show you a before and after. Okay, so hopefully you can clearly see that there is a line here that shows the before and after. So here's Saida's scalp before, and you can see that it is covered with scales, dry scalp, buildup from product, perspiration, all of that is on her scalp, covering up her scalp, prohibiting her scalp from getting the nourishment that it needs, and also smothering the hair follicles, and in turn causing her hair to be drier and less healthier. Now, on the left side is the after. Now here you can clearly see that all of the flakes and the scales, the dandruff, the product buildup, the perspiration, all of that has been removed from the scalp. You can see clear into her follicle opening here and right down into the scalp. Here we see 2 hair strands and 1 follicle opening, which is very good. We want to see more than 1 hair strand in a follicle opening. And so as Saida gets more treatments, it will promote healthier hair, and she'll have more fuller looking hair. Okay, so again, if this is you, if you suffer from any one of these problems, you know, dandruff and scaly scalp, itchy scalp, this microdermabrasion treatment will be great for you. Also, this treatment does not require that you do any kind of scaling with a comb. We don't want you to do that because it can be very damaging to the scalp. Now I'm going to try to put these pictures up on our website so that you can have a clear vision of the before and after. And again, this is Tony Jackson. I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching Alexander Myles' YouTube video on preparing for a healthy scalp using microdermabrasion. So Saida, how does your scalp feel now?
Quite refreshing and not as tight. So it feels really refreshing. Pretty much loose. Of course, it's not itching, but it really feels good. Thank you.